We have missed you guys so much, and we wanted to provide you with a little update video on what is going on. Because our channel, we started producing videos and getting a little, momentum going, and then it abruptly stopped. So we wanted to provide an explanation before the videos continue. So rewind 4 months. Our last video was in Puerto Escondido, Mexico. And what happened, we'll go back and tell the story in its entirety. We were enjoying our time there, having a great time, and then we were scheduled to go to Oaxaca, Mexico. And we signed up for a bus ride that was supposed to be 10 hours, and it turned into a 13-hour bus ride from hell. That same morning, I woke up feeling a bit off, and over the 13-hour duration of the bus ride, I started to get spiking fevers, and I kept losing consciousness on the bus. Something was seriously wrong. So when we got off the bus, we called an ambulance, and I went to a hospital in Mexico. They couldn't figure out what was going on. They gave me an IV. I felt temporarily better. And then our next 5 days in Oaxaca, I had the same symptoms that I was having that we just could not figure out. We couldn't get it to go away. And the symptoms were twice a day I'd have a fever spike to about 103 to 103.5 Fahrenheit every single day, to where I was having to take cold showers to cool myself off. I was having trouble just staying present and conscious, and the fever spikes were really intense, and I had body aches to the point where I felt like I could barely move.
So after sticking it out for 5 days, having a doctor come to the house and try to figure out what was going on, we ultimately decided that it was time for us to just head back to the US. We still had insurance for that month, and maybe just see an American doctor to try and figure it out a little bit better. So we went home, and it turned out Marshall had typhoid fever. We had been vaccinated, but the vaccines only work about 55 to 60% of the time. So we were just those unfortunate people who got typhoid in Mexico, or Marshall was the unfortunate one. So yeah, it took him a decent amount of time to recover from that. Probably about 2 weeks at home. And then we celebrated New Year's with our family and started to kind of look towards the future, where we were going to travel to next.
After going through the recovery of typhoid, everything seemed to be going fine, and we were scheduled to get right back on the road. And then it just so happened that, I guess with my weakened immune system, I got COVID-19 for 19 days. I tested positive for 19 days. So we were quarantined at home, couldn't leave because of this, and it stunted our travels further.
What was supposed to only be 2 weeks at home turned into 2 months at home.
And it just so happens that I am a major sports fan. I'm a lover of sport, and our hometown football team just so happened to make this miraculous run to the Super Bowl.
This could be a sentence that a month ago would sound incomprehensible. From 31 yards, McPherson, and Cincinnati is heading to the Super Bowl.
He made it! We're going to the Super Bowl! Crowd going! Baby! That's it! Yes!
And I told Amy, this is, all these travels and all these experiences, they're meant to check things off our bucket list. One thing on my bucket list that you cannot get traveling is to see one of my hometown teams win a major championship. So we decided to stick it out with the Cincinnati Bengals and their playoff run, and go and see if they won it, because if they won it, I wanted to be home for the parade. That's a bucket list thing for me. So essentially what stalled out our travels was first typhoid fever, flying home to figure out I had typhoid fever, COVID-19, and then a miraculous run by our sports team back home. So then after all of this happened, it just felt like a whirlwind, and it felt like Mexico was 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And we came to the decision that we wanted a slight break from the exhilaration of Central and South America and those more culture shock areas of travel, and we wanted to go and take a break from that a bit, but still do some traveling, so we came to Europe.
Yep, and that's where we are right now. We've been traveling all over Western Europe for the last 2 months. We are in France right now, in the south of France, the Midi-Pyrenees region. And yeah, we're continuing our travels. We can't wait to show you all of the places we've been the past couple of months.
We've had a great time. We've been filming this whole entire time, and the editing process has gotten underway for the videos. So they will be releasing here very shortly, and we're gonna release a video every other day from here on out. So we'll be back on it. You'll have more Marshall and Amy to watch. With that said, and us being in full health, ready to start producing again, cheers to more adventures to come. See you soon.
Bye.